So in this video, I totally overpacked this Article 252 from Dan Matsuda, just released, and he's come up with a few different color combos on this one. This one's in the X-PAC front face. So let's take a look at everything I jammed into this fantastic, one-of-a-kind, handmade bag that you really, if you get it, you got pretty lucky. So this is awesome. I've tried to get the first couple iterations of this backpack from Dan Matsuda, who makes fantastic things. Link down in the description to check out his website. He puts stuff out every Friday so you can, catch up with his stuff then, from patches, just anything that, and again, it's very, very unique. I've had several of his pouches before. They just don't seem to work for me day to day. They're just very nice statement pieces, and I've just ended up trading them away for various things. But this, if you were to compare those typical tech pouches to this, it's kind of just an enlarged look compared to those, because they have this, shock cord on the front and a big patch panel. And this is a huge patch panel, loop panel, that you could really fill up with a bunch of stuff. I've just got this, one of my favorite old B52 patches. Why? Because this is Article 252. B52, 252, so cool. Anyway, this is a nice size, 20-ish liter size bag that I've got jammed full of a bunch of things in everyday carry mode. You can use it for travel. For one thing to point out, and kind of obvious, and some people might not like, just the boxy shape to it. That might be your opinion. For me though, I like the design that really overcomes this just general boxy shape for it. It is classic, stands out. Everyone who knows bags would know this bag if you were seen with it. Now, what's really cool about this is just the level of detail that is put in this bag and just the overall design. And by that, I mean how this bag opens. More about that when we get into it. But from the outside, very cool. Like I said, there's one pocket that goes full front on this. It's middle zipper, so you kind of awkward to get things in and out, but we'll get some stuff out of there in a second. Two side bottle pockets that are not elastic on any part of it. So much like my M22 from GoRuck and other bags that don't have any sort of elastic, when you put something in there, you're taking away from the inside. So when I put this standard Yeti in there, yeah, it's kind of compressing things on the inside. So that's just one thing to think about. For those that don't use the bottle pockets, they're just nice cinched in pockets that you can put items in there, and they just really won't go anywhere. You could put a camera on a tripod like a GoPro or an Insta360 X3. That's what I would do with this. But anyway, that's the outside of the bag. Now the front is X-PAC. Like we talked about, they have different, he's making them with different fronts to it. This one is in this X-PAC material, which I think just gives it a nice little look, little contrast of this matte X-PAC and the texture of it compared to the 1000D everywhere else. So it's definitely an 1000D bag everywhere, including the back. Now, the shoulder straps are very, they're not very padded, but they are thick, wide, and very, very well made. And there's this nice webbing with a lot of dimension to it, so you can put anything on there in terms of routing a hydration hose through it, if that was your deal, although there's really no way to get it inside or out. But just kind of a nice little thing. You can maybe put carabiners on there, but it comes with a sternum strap, which is really, really cool. The sternum strap has got this very nice level of detail on the front of it, which is cool. And again, fidlocks, man, fidlocks. Super cool. And it just attaches in different places in the front. So the detail on the fidlock is just definitely one of the highlights of this bag. There is a back pocket, no zipper, so it's just top loading for you to put maybe your quick on the go items. More about that in a second. And then just a standard handle loop just something saying, just a webbing loop, nothing special about that. And that's pretty much the outside of the bag. Just a very nice classic, more boxy, but definitely a cool look to this bag, and just very, very unique. Looks awesome. And again, on the straps, you got this X-PAC little section on there, so you can definitely tell it's X-PAC everywhere. Now, no AquaGuard zippers, but we're gonna dive into the zippers here in a little bit. Let's talk about some of the things that I put in here. First of all, we'll take out the Yeti, because I just wanna show you that it does hold this 18-ounce Yeti. That's about the biggest size you're gonna put in there, just because it's just really takes away from the inside. You're really not gonna be able to put a bigger water bottle in there. Now, externally, you know, again, this pocket goes top to bottom, and it's very nice inside. And it does fit, in this case, my work iPad. So inside the case, boom, fits in there. I've got to like wedge it and then get this other part. Not a big deal to me. I like the symmetry of this middle zipper. I wouldn't want it anywhere else. So, but it's just, it will fit still a regular size iPad. So then it'll fit an iPad mini if that was how you went, but that's about the biggest thing you're going to want to put in here in terms of size. But otherwise, you can just put phone wallet, keys, that kind of stuff in there. Just very nice utility front pocket, no top pocket, but that's something I will forgive him for. The back pocket here is sizable. How big? Well, 14-inch MacBook Pro size fits in here perfectly. Just barely, so 14 inches is about the biggest I would think would fit back here. Standard 1000D back panel, so if 1000D is something you don't like, then you won't like this one, but again, the overall aesthetic of this bag is amazing. Now, so that's the tech on the outside, way more on the inside, and again, that's really where I think this one totally shines. Again, what I love about this is sort of like an Evergoods bag that I saw recently, the PLC 20. Not recently, it's been a while, but just the way that the volume is sort of allotted. This is no different. This diagonal zipper where it starts the front, crosses the back, and then back again, just allows this thing to open and give you access to the inside. Very well done. Now, what do I have in here? I've got a bunch of stuff just to show you how it sort of packs out dimension-wise. It's a sizable bag, fits a lot of little things in this 20-ish liter size. Now, I've got this Step 22 clipped into the top, this tech pouch. These little clips that he includes with the bag, which is also very cool. They also come with this one. But anyway, you have these little clips that fit on the top, and then some other things. So what else dimension-wise? Well, I've got a TAD GPP1 that I just got from them, and then I've got the Evergoods Cap 2 Phoenix Edition, which fits very nicely. And this Nomadic Peter McKinnon tech pouch also just generally speaking fit nicely in there. And then this thing is either in your way or not. What I love about the Step 22, at least in this mode, is you unzip it and now you can kind of go to town on whatever's in there. So I just like this mode in terms of utility, because it just allows me a lot of flexibility of where things are and access and that kind of stuff. So super cool. I love that he puts these attachment points really everywhere. There's top, side, some more loops here. You can put stuff, and there's ones in the bottom. So you can really deck this thing out however you wanted. You could take some of those Triple Dot Design admin panels and put them in here, whatever you wanted, because you just have the ability because of all these sewn in little loops, which is super awesome. Again, article 252 right in there. So let's take all these little things out, talk a little bit about what else is in here. All right, so focusing on the interior layout, and these zippers go down pretty far, so if you really wanted to open it more, you could. And as you'll see on the front panel, again, more attachment points. So if you wanted to put, one of these, maybe not lashed in there, maybe you wanted it lashed on the front part, you could. You just have really an infinite number of customization options that really I haven't seen in any other bag, just because of all the attachment points. So anyway, the front has got this two big loop panels that are actually pockets, so you can put stuff back in there if you wanted. I just put one of his patches on here and a Carryology patch, but again, There's other middle pocket, which the middle pocket goes all the way to the bottom. So you could, this pocket right here goes all the way to the bottom, but then again, if you put something big, you're not gonna be able to open the flaps, so just think about that. On the lower section, it's gonna be kind of tough to show you. The lower section has got 2 more segmented pockets, divided in the middle, 2 more pockets, and then this middle section here has an elastic band, which I did have it earlier decked out with one of these Garage Built Gear Mighty pouches. You could put maybe 2 of those in there. They would fit perfectly in there because that's the general size of that. So that's pretty cool. So that's just the way I would roll. One other little hidden feature that I haven't really talked about is this back pocket is big enough for, in this case, the 13-inch MacBook Pro. What fits in this back pocket? Well, the largest iPad Pro, 12.9-inch iPad Pro fits in there very nicely. So a MacBook Pro 13-inch would fit in there, and the 14-inch MacBook Pro also fits in there perfectly. So there you go, very nice. Tons of utility. If you want to carry your laptop externally, do it. If you want to put it internally, do it. Again, your iPad would also fit in there, and a regular size iPad would fit in the front. So you've got lots of tech options everywhere, depending on how you want to roll with this sucker. And that is just amazing utility out of this Dan Matsuda Article 252. Can't say enough about it. Just the utility, the design features are just unmatched, and it just is a fantastic EDC. Let's pack all this up, wrap it up. So there it is. That is the Dan Matsuda Article. Fantastic bag. You know, it may not be for you in terms of the shape and size, but for me, I just love the look of it. It is definitely a keeper piece that you're gonna never get rid of if you happen to catch one of these. And again, Friday afternoons, log in and just sit and wait because they sell out fast. This one, I was just happened to be at the right place, right time, and picked it up. It sold out in seconds. Probably a minute or 2. So you definitely, much like a GoodWorks boogie bag, really have to be on your A game if this is something you want to go for. So definitely check it out. Again, link in the description, not affiliated, but it's just fantastic gear from a fantastic guy. So there you go. Love it. If you like this video, got some value out of it, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, sign up for alerts. It does help other people see these videos to get the word out on some of this fantastic gear. Anyway, with that, it's raining today. We're not going to get outside just yet. We're going to let the rain pass, and then we're going to go do something outside because everything's better outside. This is not something I want to abuse, though. Not like I did the GR2 Heritage. Anyway.